Hi friends, happy Friday. I'm coming to you with Mrs. Cummins' story time. Has your grandma ever told you a story? Have you ever sat in her lap and listened to a story? This is a story told by a grandma to her granddaughter. It's called The Whale Song. It's by Sheldon. The paintings are by Gary Blythe and they're really gorgeous paintings. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Lily's grandmother told her a story. Once upon a time, she said, the ocean was filled with whales. They were as big as the hills. They were as peaceful as the moon. They were the most wondrous creatures you could ever imagine. Lily climbed onto her grandmother's lap. I used to sit at the end of the pier and listen for whales, said Lily's grandmother. Sometimes I'd sit there all day and all night. Then suddenly I would see them coming toward me from miles away. They moved through the water as if they were dancing. She's listening. But why did they swim to you, grandmother? Asked Lily. How did they know you were there? Lily's grandmother smiled. Oh, you had to bring them something special. A perfect shell or a perfect stone? And if they liked you, the whales would take your gift and give you something in return. That shell. You ever been to the ocean? Definitely on your to-do list for someday, right? The ocean is a beautiful place to visit. What would they give you, grandmother? Asked Lily. What did you get from the whales? Lily's grandmother sighed. Once or twice, she whispered. Once or twice I heard them sing. Have you ever heard a whale sing? Lily's great uncle Frederick stomped into the room. That's nothing but a silly old tale, he snapped. Whales were important for their meat and for their bones and for their blubber. If you have to tell Lily about whales, tell her something useful. Don't fill her head with nonsense. Ah, singing whales indeed. So long ago, native people used whales to survive. There were whales here millions of years before there were ships or cities or even cave dwellers, continued Lily's mother. People used to say they were magical. People used to eat them and boil them down for oil, grumbled Lily's great uncle Frederick, and he stomped back out of the room. Lily dreamt about whales that night. In her dreams, she saw them as large as mountains and bluer than the sky. In her dreams, she heard them singing. Their voices were like the wind. In her dreams, they leapt from the water and called her name. Lily. It's a picture of her dreams. In the morning, Lily went down to the ocean, to the place where no one fished or swam or sailed. She walked to the end of the old pier. The water was empty and still. She took a yellow flower out of her pocket and dropped it in the water. This is for you, she yelled across the ocean. Lily sat on the end of the pier and waited. She waited all morning and all afternoon. And then, as dusk began to fall, Uncle Frederick came down the hill after her. Enough of this foolishness, little girl. Come on home. You can't be dreaming your life away. That beautiful sunset. So Lily went home and went to bed. That night, she awoke suddenly. The room was bright with moonlight. She sat up and listened. The house was quiet. Lily climbed out of bed and went to the window. She could hear something in the distance, on the far side of the hill. She raced outside, and she raced down to the shore. Her heart was pounding as she reached the sea. There, enormous in the ocean, were the whales. They leaped and jumped and spun in the moonlight. Their singing filled the night. Lily saw her yellow flower dancing on the ocean spray. Minutes passed by, or maybe it was hours. Suddenly, Lily felt the breeze rustle her nightgown and the cold was nipping at her toes. She shivered and rubbed her eyes. Then it seemed the ocean grew still again, and the night was dark and silent. Lily thought she must have been dreaming. She stood up and turned toward home. Then from far, far away, on the breath of the wind, she heard, "Lily, Lily." The whales were calling her name. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story. Hope you're staying safe. Get outside and play. I hope to see you soon. Take care. Love ya. Bye.